Hi, my name is Katie Cade, and thank you for having me. When we talk about supporting our English learners, it's important to recognize that all our students bring valuable cultural and linguistic assets into our classrooms. As educators, our role is to build upon our students' strengths while creating inclusive and supportive learning environments. As we all know, culture plays a major role in how our students learn, communicate, and participate in school. For example, we know we've all had students that may come from a background where collaboration is emphasized, while others may be more accustomed to independent learning. That's where our cultural competence comes in as teachers. Being culturally competent means that we understand our students' backgrounds and we are flexible in our instruction to make learning more meaningful and accessible for those students. Um, For English learners, this is especially important because language and culture are so closely connected. In practice, this might look like using culturally relevant materials, making sure your visuals and any of the books or cards or vocabulary, all of that are relevant to your students in your classroom. Connecting lessons to students' lived experiences, and then also creating opportunities for students to share their perspectives and their experiences and their background knowledge in your classroom. Um, these approaches help students feel respected and increases their engagement in their own learning. The classroom environment also plays a critical role in language development. Students, like I said, they learn best when they feel safe and included and valued. Um, an inclusive classroom might include diverse text and visuals, meaning that the images being used represent a variety of different students and how they look. Also, using different languages. It shows that an inclusive classroom respects all language. And it provides opportunity for collaboration among students and teachers. Supports like visuals and modeling and the use of gestures are allowed in an inclusive environment. When students, again, feel comfortable and respected, they're more willing to participate and take risks in their own learning, uh, which supports both academic and language growth when students feel comfortable. There are many ways teachers can support and celebrate cultural diversity in their instruction. Like I said, incorporating multicultural perspectives into lessons, encouraging storytelling and student voices being raised up in the class. Providing them with opportunity to have open conversations about their traditions and their backgrounds. And then collaborative learning with families within the school community, offering language in the classroom that is also used at home, um, and making those home connections, celebrating home language as an asset rather than a barrier. And then being flexible how they use the language within their classroom to develop understanding and support identity development for those students. Supporting EL needs and their well-being is our first priority. We should be looking at how are our English learning students feeling? How are they feeling socially and emotionally? Are we meeting those needs first before focusing on their academic development? There's a lot of stress that can happen for our English learning students when they're coming in. They're moving to a new country, they're in a new home, they're surrounded by a new culture, So there's stress and isolation and a lot of adjustments. So creating clear routines and set expectations for our students, offering those positive feedbacks continually throughout the day, and helping by creating strong peer relationships is really important. So if we can find a way to partner our English learning students with other students that are welcoming, maybe have the same home language as them, it can start building that sense of belonging in that classroom community. Building strong family and community connections is also essential for supporting our English learning students. We should be communicating effectively with our families by using their home language. So, getting to know what language they prefer to speak in, what they prefer to read, and making sure that all those communications meet those needs for the families. Providing translated materials if we need to, and then using multiple methods of communication. That means emailing, written, face-to-face communication, calling them, however, which way that they like it is the best way to find out how they want to communicate. And then also invite them into your room, inviting them in to participate in classroom activities, having maybe a diversity day or a family tradition week is really, really lovely to get those families to come in and be part of the learning experiences for their child. When schools build strong partnerships with families and communities, students feel more supported, and so do the families, which means they're going to be more active and engaged in the learning environment and be part of that community. So, overall, culturally responsive teaching is more about recognizing and valuing the strengths of our English learners and what they bring to our classrooms as full assets, and that we can support them and their diverse needs while building strong family partnerships. We can help all our students succeed academically and socially. Thank you for letting me share my thoughts. And okay, well, that one was good.